Hello and welcome to another video here on Powerdojo. In this video, we're going to have a look at how you can count characters, words using Power Query. Last weekend, we witnessed one of the greatest finals at the French Open between Alcaraz and Sinner. So we are going to use a data set for this demonstration, which is related to tennis, where we have three columns in which we have enlisted the Grand Slams, their editions, and the men's singles champions in the last 3 years, starting from 2023. So let's, for example, add a column where we'll count the number of winners for the Australian Open, the French Open, the Wimbledon, and the US Open so far since January 2023. So I'll go to the add column tab over here like this. Let's add a custom column. Now, if you were to have a look at the text inside the men's singles champions column, you'll see each champion is separated by a comma. So maybe we can use this to our advantage in counting the number of champions so far. So let's type in text.split. We'll open a bracket and add men's singles champions column over here like this. And for the separator, we'll add comma like this and close bracket. We can also name the new column name instead of custom, let's say count, and we'll say okay. Now you see it has returned us a list in each row where we have all the winners for that particular row. Now all we need to do is add list.count in front of text.split. So let's do that. So we'll count the number of elements inside that list. Close the bracket like this. So now you see this count column has been converted to data type number, in which now we can see the number of men's singles champions in that particular row. Now, let's say instead of counting the champions, we want to count the number of commas. In order to do that, we can add at the end of the bracket -1 like this, which will return us the number of commas that we have. So instead of 3, which were the number of men's singles champions, now we have 2, which is the count of commas. So now let's take it a step further. How about we count the number of times we have alcaraz, for instance, in each row. Let's count the reigning French Open champion and Wimbledon champion, Alcaraz, how many times he appears in each row. So we'll remain in add column tab. We'll add another custom column. Let's call it count 2. And once again, we'll do something similar. We'll add text.split. We'll open the bracket, insert the men's singles champions column. And for the separator, we'll add Alcaraz as a separator. And let's see what happens. Now it has returned us once again a list where in the first row we see just one element in that list because there's no Alcaraz in that row. Alcaraz is yet to win an Australian Open. But if we were to go in the second row for the French Open, you see we have Djokovic and 2 rows which are either empty or have a comma. Similar for Wimbledon, either they are empty or comma. So all we need to do is count the number of rows in this list, number of elements in this list which are empty. So just as we saw in the previous example, we will add list.count like this, and at the end we'll add -1, close the bracket. Now you see, in the first row, since there is no Alcaraz, it has returned a 0. For the second and third, it's 2 each. And in the final US Open, it's still 0. Although Alcaraz has won a US Open, but that was in 2022, not in the 2 years that have been mentioned over here. So these are the few tricks that you can use in order to count characters, words inside a text column. So that's all for this video. Let me know in the comments of what you thought about it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I will see you in the next video.